All right, 91.7 WLFR Pomona Strange Ways Radio. And welcome back, BB Stevens, to the show. How are you?
Hey, Matthew, I'm doing great, man. How's my favorite Jersey rock? Are you getting ready for the Christmas season coming in, my brother?
Very good, very good. Thank you. You've been very prolific lately, I would say, after, well, okay, for the last several months, we've been playing music from your new EP after getting back into recording your own stuff after a bit of a break, I think. But you already have a new Christmas single out.
Yes, indeed. Well, because it is the season to be jolly, is it not? And
Of
so,
course.
how better to commemorate it than release a Christmas single? But in addition, it's more than just a Christmas song. It's really about finding that special someone in your life who makes you get up every morning and feels like it's Christmas morning every single day. It's to me, it's more of a love song than a Christmas song. But you're right. I'm churning out a lot of stuff because, hey, as our friend Mr. Young from Canada always said, Russ never sleeps.
Right. That very true, very true. That's great, man. Okay, so okay. Um okay. The new single's called again, what?
Christmas all year. And again, it's that feeling that someone gives you where just, every single day feels like Christmas.
Great, great, great. Okay. Um Tell us a little bit about how this new Christmas song came about.
Well, I was sitting around right before Thanksgiving last year, and I was waiting for my girlfriend to get back. She was coming in to town. She goes to school down south in South Carolina. And she was returning. And when she got back, I was kind of a little nervous. I hadn't seen her in a while, So, kind of to work on my nerves, I was waiting for her to arrive at the apartment. I started kind of noodling around with, Gideon, my guitar, Gideon, you remember her.
Oh
And
yeah.
so Gideon and I kind of started, coming up with this whole thing, this idea about, I was thinking of my girlfriend and thinking how, gee, I feel like a little schoolboy right now waiting for her, like I'm on my first date. It's kind of like, hey, I'm older than TikTok. So come on, man. I should be I should be relaxed by this time about this, but I was getting nervous. So just to quell and to calm my nerves, I began, when people ask why each day can't be Christmas, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, awesome, awesome. Okay, so okay, okay. How about the recording process? Was it similar, as your EP songs?
Completely different. With this one,
Really?
what we did, yes, what we had to do instead of typically when I'm up at the studio, my producer has everything, the rhythm tracks all set up for me. So I go in and I put on my guitar parts, my vocal parts, and anything else that I'm doing. But this time around, he had me start the production because he wanted it to be very legato, very kind of, sped up. We speed up a little bit, we slow down, it's got a feel to it. It's not a strict 4/4 time that we're going for here. It's more just, hey, it's from the heart. And so what we did was we recorded each section separately. And that was kind of, I had never done that before. And I kind of thought the guy's crazy. He's lost his mind having me do it this way. And then when I heard the finished product of how he put it all together, it was like, wow, cat knows what he's doing.
Great, great. Okay, all right then. We'll be hearing your new song again, of course. Oh, you know, I already debuted it here last week. It was great stuff. Okay, I enjoyed it a lot. Okay, but talking about Christmas music, what are some of your favorites around this time of year?
Well, of course, Elmo and Patsy's classic Little Chestnut. Grandma got run over by reindeer still cracks me up, you
Oh,
know?
really?
Yeah, you know, I mean, when I hear that come on the radio, that is just, you know, I stop what I'm doing and I sing along with that.
Uh-huh.
And poor grandma, huh? And also a former client of mine, Chris Butler. Chris was part of the group The Waitresses. You probably remember them
Oh,
from
yeah.
back in the
I
day.
know, yeah, of course, the Waitresses. Great
Yeah.
song.
And of course, they had that great Christmas classic of their own, which was kind of an accidental hit called Christmas Wrapping.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah, it's a yes, that's the one I'm talking about. Has he got another song then? I didn't hear it.
not that I'm aware of, no, but
Oh,
he
okay,
was
gotcha.
telling me one day that every single year, starting around November, the radio station, well, starting around Thanksgiving, radio stations begin picking that up. And
Of course.
come the next year, he's got a nice check in from royalties, airplay royalties, because so many stations just play that to death during the Christmas season and everything. And so I guess that's also made me think that, gee, maybe I should get my cut of the whole Christmas market, because after all, these are perennials, these Christmas
Yeah,
songs.
they are, and and some if it catches on, I mean, look at Mariah Carey, who had hits outside of Christmas for years and years, but she does her Christmas song, and it's become her number one song all these last several years.
Yes, indeed. And plus, and not only is it a number one song that she, you know, gets a lot of, again, airplay on, which means translates into royalties, but she gets invited to host all these Christmas events. I
Oh
believe,
yeah.
like, you know, the lighting of the Christmas tree in New York City at Rockefeller Center and other
I was
events.
there once for it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's just a great way of keeping yourself in the public eye. And again, it just rolls around every year where we put out singles from our releases, you know, from our albums and EPs, or just we drop singles independently. And you know, they're out there for 3 or 4 months, and maybe they come back every now and then to what I think we call radio recurrent. Uh, and so they come back as a recurrent, you know, a little bit of airplay every now and then. But Christmas singles, yeah, sometimes they can be a great, just like you know, a perennial flower. Man, they bloom every year.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And sometimes it'll take 50 years to finally reach the pinnacle if you um 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 um, saw the news just a couple days ago, right? He Peggy Lee finally got number one on onto my her song after 50 years.
Wow.
She was always number two and three. She finally got number one last week. Mariah Carey song, it was number two only.
Well, I'm keeping my fingers double crossed. I don't have to wait a half a century for this to happen for me.
Yeah,
But you know, even if it does, it's something worth waiting for, huh? And you know what else I'm waiting for is I'm waiting to see if this Christmas song gets me canceled in any way. Because you know, since it's a love song and Christmas, it's a little spicy.
it
So
was a little
fine.
raunchy part of it. I thought I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
it's
You
funny.
know, it's love. And
I
you
mean,
know,
there
I,
isn't any cursing on it, so it's
no,
okay.
no. But you remember how several years back, the song that we always heard during the winter time, especially during Christmas holidays, "Baby It's Cold Outside,"
Oh yeah.
became like, you know,
Oh
stations wouldn't play any longer because it was kind of sexist.
yeah, yeah. You're not. You're not. Since you mentioned that, right? He I always think of that Saturday Night Live bit
Yes.
with Sigourney Weaver
And
and
Fallon,
Christopher Walken, And he was kind of creepy there too. Yeah. He was,
Yeah. Yeah, no, and when they did that on Saturday Night Live, you kind of like, yeah, that is kind of like close to date rape, It's what we're
yeah.
all thinking all these years. But hey, I thought, why not take the chance? Because I'm the type of dude that doesn't mind. Hey, baby, take a walk on the wild side.
Right, right, right. Oh, since you mentioned your favorite one was okay, grandma got run over by a reindeer. Okay,
Hmm.
a really great one is a parody of that. I don't know if you heard. Okay, heard of this one songwriter, Pat Godwin.
I've heard the name.
Okay, hey, back in the 80s and 90s, he was the song parody guy for WMMR's Morning Zoo out of Philadelphia. Back around 98, he put out his own Christmas album called Reindeer Games. It is my favorite, really, right? He, the title, okay, title track, Reindeer Games, okay. He, you know, um, um, he sings in the style of Frank Sinatra, and it's fantastic. All right,
Never
funny
heard of
as
him.
hell. All
Just
right,
joking.
okay. Hey, one of the parody songs on it though is called "Grandpa Got Worked Over by a Mobster."
Oh, now that even that's kind of taking a walk on the wild side, but yeah,
Check
man.
it
I
out;
mean,
it's
like,
funny.
but a little bit of, since we're both music guys, a little insight about Patsy and Elmo and Patso.
Yeah.
Patsy, there was no Patsy on the recording. Patsy
Oh.
was a guy who calls himself Elmo. I forget what his real name is. That was his wife, and they had divorced. But they had been a well-known act prior to that. So when he put that out, he put it up under Patsy and Elmo, since he figured they had an audience that would, who knew them
Oh,
already. But his wife never actually was part of the recording. They got some
I
other
didn't know that.
woman to come
Wow.
in. And I guess that's kind of, a spouse's worry. Someone's always going to leave you for a younger individual, or, oh my God, can you think if they left you for an older one? Uh, what an insult that would be. But anyway, yeah, no, I mean, it's kind of, there was no Patsy on the recording, even though it says Patsy, Elmo and Patsy.
That's interesting. Wow. Thank you for that.
Uh,
Interesting.
Courtesy of Wikipedia. And please, to all your listeners, donate to Wikipedia. Really, they are having a hard time right now. They do need help. And it is, I mean, I don't know about you, Matthew, but I use Wikipedia all the time. And I think most of us do. What a wonderful source of shared knowledge.
Right, right, right. Very good, very good. Okay, all right. Thank you for that public service announcement for him.
Fantastic.
Okay, not advertisement. Okay,
Right.
we can't call it that. But anyway, hey, we'll be getting right to your new song, and thank you for making the time for us, sir.
I can't wait to hear the song. And hey, whenever you need, I am there, my friend. I just want to say to you and yours, happy holidays and a wonderful rockin' new year.
And to you as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.